Here with UFC President Dana White after UFC 232. And Dana, I don't need to tell you this was a unique week, start to finish.
Yeah.
Put a bow on it. How do you feel about the entire event?
I had a blast. I'm actually glad it happened. I know that's weird to say, but I believe that this created a lot more awareness about the fight. And you always hear me bragging when we go in and break records in arenas. I love when we pull off things that nobody's ever done before and do it well. Tonight's show was as good. I'll put it up toe-to-toe with any show we've ever done. The energy, the crowd, everything. It was incredible. So if you looked around tonight, we sold behind the screens, which are usually kills. People bought tickets behind the screen. This thing did over a $2 million gate. Yesterday, the weigh-ins were the second biggest weigh-ins in 2018, right behind Conor and Habib. And the energy in this place was insane tonight, and the fights were incredible. It was an amazing night.
Yeah, so you just stopped spending money on marketing campaigns and just put tickets on sale 3 days before the fight, right?
Yeah, I wish it was that simple, but we're very lucky we pulled it off here. And I couldn't be in a better mood right now. I'm having a great night.
Main event was a rematch of a fight I think a lot of us were waiting a long, long time to see. Just your thoughts on how it played out.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at both guys, they took time off. They both came in. I think they were both pacing themselves, especially Jon Jones early. Gustafsson was moving forward and putting it to him. I think once it looked to me like he hurt his shin and a leg kick with Jon Jones, and Jon Jones knew he was hurt, came in the next round, double-legged him, took him down, and finished the fight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously convincing, pretty dominant, I thought. What is the narrative about Jon Jones here? I mean, what is it?
Listen, it's very simple. If this guy can keep his personal life intact, he can come back out and fight everybody, He can make a ton of money. He can get his career back, and he can go down the history books as the greatest ever. I mean, it's that simple, but it's up to him.
Jon Jones, Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, Demetrius Johnson, any of those names, who's the greatest of all time in your opinion?
Jon Jones, without a doubt. I mean, if you look at what this guy's been through, what he does, the stuff he was doing while he was dominating, the guy was doing drugs and drinking and doing all this stuff while he was dominating. Imagine if this guy was clean all the time and just focused on training. He's unbelievable.
I know you get annoyed sometimes when we ask what's next, but Jon Jones has been kind of inactive. What's next for him?
I can tell you this. I can tell you tonight Cormier was hitting me up, and there was some talk about Cormier maybe not doing any more fighting and retiring, maybe doing one more fight and retiring in March. He hit me up tonight and he said he's ready to roll. He wants to fight. And I'm usually the first guy to say, oh, this is probably time to hang it up or whatever. Daniel Cormier is the man. It is not time to hang it up. He's got a few more fights left in him, and he's the man. So I love it.
Now, this fight won't take place tonight, but it seems like there's a little bit of I won't even call it a fight, but maybe a conflict brewing of where a trilogy bout would take place. Jon really seems fixated that it needs to take place at light heavyweight. Daniel, I don't know, and you have said it needs to be at heavyweight. Where do you think this fight ends up?
I think we can work all that out. When the time comes and it's time to make that fight again, we can work it out.
Amanda Nunes, what do you got to say about her?
First of all, I said that was going to be fight of the night because the way that fight started is exactly what I expected. I didn't know how long it would go. I thought it would, play out longer, but the best ever, the best female fighter of all time.
Is that a fight that you feel that you want to see again?
It was pretty convincing.
Yeah, it was convincing, but isn't that part of the narrative? Is Cyborg dominant for so long, hasn't lost in 13 years, and loses a fight in 50 seconds?
We'll see what happens. I don't make fights the night of the fight, so we'll see what happens.
BJ Penn fought tonight. He didn't take a whole lot of damage on the feet, which was nice to see. Fans of his kind of sick of that, but you want to see him fight again?
That's why we made that fight. I love BJ Penn personally and professionally, and I would love to see him retire. Purposely put him in with another great grappler so we could see a great grappling match tonight. Obviously, that's not the way it played out, but BJ Penn has nothing left to prove. Guy's a multiple-time world champion in different divisions, one of the best ever, helped build this sport, helped build this brand, and I don't believe in older guys fighting. It's a young man's game. He has nothing to prove to anybody. I'd love to see him retire.
is that a conversation you'll have, or is that something you'll tell BJ Penn that you think he's done?
Yeah, I don't have a problem having a conversation with that, but I'm hoping he makes that decision on his own after tonight.
Really weird, kind of bizarre finish in the Megan Anderson-Katzengano fight. But what I wanted to ask you is, Megan Anderson is constantly saying, I don't know what the promotion's plans are for 145. And now Amanda Nunes, a bantamweight champion, she's the featherweight champion. Can you just kind of say, should she be concerned? Is the featherweight division, is there anything to worry about there?
I don't think so. I'm going to talk to Amanda, see what Amanda wants to do. Being a two-belt champion is pretty special. A two-weight champion is pretty special. We'll see. We'll see what she says.
Congrats on a great night. Thanks,
Thanks,
you for the time.
Appreciate it.